Hi, my name is Beer, and let's start with Marvel Spider-Man Remastered. Here you will take on the role of Peter Parker, who is fighting big crime and iconic villains in New York City. At the same time, he is struggling to balance his chaotic personal life and career, while the fate of the town rests upon his shoulders. Yeah, this Spider-Man has some experience. He's not a newbie by no means. After 8 years behind the mask, Peter Parker is a crime-fighting master. So here you will feel the full power of a more experienced Spider-Man, with improvisational combat, dynamic acrobatics, fluid urban traveling mechanics and environmental interactions. You'll swing through vibrant neighborhoods and catch great views of iconic Marvel and Manhattan landmarks. Also, you will have to use the environment around you to defeat murderous villains. And you don't want any murders in your town. Well, except those who die in the process of you fighting the villain. Those are acceptable losses, and nobody will ever miss those people. Everyone knows that. Game has an overwhelmingly positive review score and is a true gem for every Spider-Man fan. Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. In this open-world strategy RPG sandbox, you will create and develop a character that matches your playstyle. Explore, raid and conquer your way across a vast medieval world where no two playthroughs are the same. You will raise armies, engage in politics, trade, craft weapons, recruit companions, and manage your clan. You will command and fight alongside your troops in first or third person. Participate in huge real-time battles using skill-based combat system. You can also test your might against players from all over the world in multiplayer PvP, including ranked matchmaking and casual game modes, or host your own server. The only downside, according to Steam players, is that the game is very addictive. Just like potato salad, if you start playing, there is no way you can simply quit doing that. And yeah, I personally know a dude who played 60 hours of it in just one day. True story, bro. I would never lie to you. DayZ. As developers say, this is a hardcore open-world multiplayer survival game with only one rule: stay alive no matter what. I don't know, usually I don't need a game to follow this rule. I'm staying alive no matter what in real life as well. Anyway, in DayZ this task is a bit more difficult, with a myriad of threats lurking around every corner that may be easier said than done. You will not find any checkpoints or saves. When you die, you lose everything and have to start over. But you will find this dying and starting over thingy quite entertaining because of complex survival mechanics, including hunting, building, crafting, health preservation, and resource management. Also unpredictable and often emotional interactions with other players. And did I mention zombies? That Z in DayZ is absolutely legit. The game has zombies. You know, it's not some Jay-Z.
Imposter?
So you may encounter some undead, but you will probably die from a zillion other reasons, so don't worry about them so much. The bad thing is that the game is multiplayer only, and as it happens with multiplayer games, you can run into a cheater or two. Or three. You know, that sucks. Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. Here you awaken after 9 years in coma in 1984. The Cold War serves as the backdrop as nuclear weapons continue to shape a global crisis. Driven by revenge, you will establish a new private army and return to the battlefield in pursuit of your enemies. The game aims to explore mature themes, such as the psychology of warfare and the atrocities that result from those that engage in this vicious cycle. You'll find an open world with realistic visuals, very realistic and impressive visuals. Anyway, keep in mind that this is promoted as a stealth game, but in general this is an action shooter with elements of stealth, and I can't see anything wrong in that. The game is very entertaining, fun, and is very well received by players. NieR Automata. The game tells the story of 3 androids and their battle to reclaim the machine-driven dystopia overrun by powerful automatons. Here humanity has been driven from Earth by mechanical beings from another world. In a final effort to take back the planet, the human resistance sends a force of android soldiers to destroy the invaders, and you are in control of them. The combat here is beyond fluid. You can change between ranged and melee, perform high-speed battle actions, and so on. Also, it has 26 endings. If you are into that stuff, you can replay the game almost indefinitely till you get them all. That's if you are some kind of a masochist. I don't judge. Cyberpunk 2077. Finally, Cyberpunk 2077 has become a great game. Recent reviews on Steam are always above 90%, and the main score climbed to the very positive tier. After many years in mixed and later in mostly positive category, this is an achievement of really hard work and dedication. CD Projekt Red, by releasing an undercooked game, has made probably the biggest mistake of their lives, but they are slowly climbing up, although the stock value of the company is still in ruins. After the flop of the game, CD Projekt Red lost about a third of company's value, and so far nothing has changed despite the amazing comeback of Cyberpunk. And the game itself is a wet dream of anyone who likes single-player RPG games, but it also has some really annoying flaws as well. Despite being set in a GTA-like world, here you cannot fly. That is sad. Anyway, the campaign is more than awesome. 11 cold beers out of 10. Space Engineers. This is a sandbox game about engineering, construction, exploration and survival in space and on planets. You will build spaceships, wheeled vehicles, space stations and planetary outposts of various sizes. They can be civil or military, depending on your approach. Here you can pilot ships and travel through space to explore uncharted worlds and gather resources to survive. Game features not only survival but also a creative mode where you just explore and build without any worries. Game features a realistic volumetric-based physics engine. Everything can be assembled, disassembled, damaged and destroyed. Except your virginity. Nothing can break it. I'm sorry, I'm kidding. I mean, nothing in this universe can break it. The game can be played either in single or multiplayer modes and supports up to 16 players online. So if you have some imaginary friends, you can play together. As developers say, the game's setting is a NASA punk, just like Starfield's. You know, think about how modern-day NASA technology evolved 60 years in the future. Space engineers strive to follow the laws of physics and don't use technologies that wouldn't be realistic to have in the near future. So no teleportation, no anti-gravity devices, and no whiskey without a hangover is available. Anyway, this is a wonderful game, you have all my recommendations. Assassin's Creed Unity. Game is set in the city of Paris during one of its darkest hours. The French Revolution is in action. Here you will do all the usual Assassin's Creed stuff and take part in one of the most important moments of French history by participating in the events that shape the city of today. If the game's franchise would be naming its titles by numbers, this would be Assassin's Creed 8. So yeah, they have been baking these like cookies for almost 2 decades now. But keeping in mind that Assassin's Creed Unity is more than 10 years old, the graphics are quite impressive and the gameplay is enjoyable despite some minor control issues. The biggest issue whatsoever is that it requires the Ubisoft launcher, and if it is down, you can't play the game. Also, the co-op feature that is kinda famous here is plagued with connection bugs and errors. It's a nice game, but I have warned you for a reason. Lilium. If you are not some AAA game maniac, Lilium looks kinda cool, to be honest. As a game that was created by one man, it feels decent enough to grab my attention, especially because it has a feature I love the most in the Elder Scrolls franchise. Here you develop your character as you play, meaning that you get faster by running a lot, or get tougher by taking a lot of damage, become a better marksman if you shoot a lot of arrows, and become the best at farts if you are farting often enough. Funny thing is that it is actually in the game because I suggested it as a joke when I talked about this game for the first time in one of my videos, and the developer was like,
"Oh yeah, I should add fart mastery achievable through some magic beans."
And he did. The world here is open but very small. That is a nice thing to hear. You know, most of those lone developers are like,
"Yeah, I will make another Skyrim but bigger, like 7 times bigger and better."
And what's your budget?
What's budget? I am free soul. I make everything better without any budget, man.
So nothing like that this time. The main story and several side quests will take only a few hours from your life. Cool feature is that most of the stuff here is lootable and the rest you can move or throw. True spirit of the Elder Scrolls. Rage 2. Although the first Rage game is loved more by the fans, the second part kinda changes linear gameplay design to a fully open world game. Here you'll dive headfirst into a dystopian world devoid of society, law and order. An asteroid has annihilated 80% of Earth's population, and humanity numbers are dwindling. Ruthless and bloodthirsty gangs roam the open roads and the tyrannical authorities seek to rule with an iron fist. And you are the last ranger of the wasteland and a threat to their firepower. So you have been robbed of your home and left for dead. Those are not the actions you take kindly and say thank you for. So now you have to kill them all, and only then your heart can rest in peace. The game is filled with ludicrous vehicle combat, superpowered first-person mayhem, and an open world full of emergent madness. The game sadly is ridden with bugs, and some of them can ruin even the main missions of the game, so you may be stuck for good even after investing tons of hours in it. Believe me, I have read the comments of people who played it, and they are not forgiving at all. Despite that, for some the game runs flawlessly, so it's a lottery you may want to play, or just play the first part. It's really good. Volcanoids. If Satisfactory and Riftbreaker had a baby, Volcanoids would be the result of their forbidden love. This is a base-building, open-world survival shooter with heavy steampunk elements. Here you can play absolutely alone or with up to 3 friends and explore a never-changing volcanic island. Upgrade your drill, fight hostile machines, and reveal what's been hiding in the depths of the underground. You can also capture resources and technology and use it to destroy the rest of the machines. The game is in early access since forever, but it has very positive reviews, and gamers are saying that this is a real hidden gem, and if you have friends, it's almost a must-play. No Man's Sky. This is an alive project. Updates are constant, the game is getting better and better every year. And by saying constant updates, I'm not kidding. I have noticed that they update the game every month, or even more often. Here every star is the light of an actual distant sun, each orbited by planets filled with life, and you can go to any of them. The game is actually enormous. Of course, that size is only available because of procedural generation. So the real question is your mama procedurally generated?
Oh, come on, how dare you?
I'm sorry, no I'm not. So here you fly from deep space to planetary surfaces without loading screens. In this infinite universe you will discover places and creatures that no other players have seen before, and perhaps never will again. So it is tailored for those who want to go where no human boldly went before, or for those who want to find the best place in a galaxy, which is called Beristan. Everyone knows that. Also keep in mind that every other player lives in the same galaxy, and you can choose to share your discoveries with them on a map. That is cool. Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon. This indie dark fantasy title follows the Elder Scrolls formula to the letter. Here you play from the first-person perspective. You can use magic, shoot with bows, or swing mighty melee weapons. And the more you use one skill or another, the more powerful it becomes. Literally, the vibes from Morrowind are here as well. If you jump a lot, you will train your jumping skill, and later you can jump higher. If you run a lot, you will start running faster. If you fight with a two-handed sword, your two-handed damage will become higher. If you make a bowl of delicious potato salad, well, you get the point, right?
No, only left.
Oh, shut up. Also, you can assign various perks and skill points when you level up and create your unique character. And the game really rewards exploration. You can find many hidden items, boss battles, or even entire huge areas if you go off the beaten path. I left starting area with about 15 jars filled with brain and several tongs of a drowner. Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon really delivers in the field of items and various stuff in general. Like in Elder Scrolls games, you can take items directly from the world and put them into your almost endless pocket. I did the calculations. If you really want, you can carry more than 100 hats. You probably may even become a hat seller.
From where did you get these fancy hats, boy?
Well, I kill people and take their belongings.
Alrighty then, we'll give you 1 gold for the fancy one.
That is a deal. Despite all that, keep in mind that the game is in early access and is not finished yet. My Time at Sandrock. This is a new adventure, crafting and farming game from the creators of My Time at Porsche. Better graphics, more things to do, and a positive rating close to 90%. Basically, it is a perfect RPG game if you want to relax, but still explore the surroundings and keep yourself entertained. For example, I'm 40 plus years old and I usually play games like The Witcher 3, Skyrim and Baldur's Gate, but I really enjoyed playing Sandrock as well. And if you say that this game is only for little girls, then you probably are seriously concerned about your masculinity. I can lend you my magnifying glass for you to find your balls. Really, this game is great for adults as well. And let me tell you straight, play it to beat your anxiety. This game will show your unrestful mind that there is a place where you can relax and be safe. Anyway, here you will arrive in a wild post-apocalyptic city where it's up to you and your trusty tools to restore the community to its former glory. Gather resources to build machines, befriend locals and defend Sandrock from monsters, all while saving the city from economic ruin. If you like games like My Time at Porsche, Stardew Valley, Yonder and similar ones, this is definitely your spoon of potato salad. Sonic Frontiers. This is that famous open-world Sony game you probably have heard about, but saw the price and decided to come back later. Yeah, anyway, here you will race across 5 massive overworld islands, brimming with dense forest, overflowing waterfalls and sizzling desert landscapes, each with their own unique action platforming challenges and hidden secrets to uncover. Some people on Steam are saying that you will do yourself a favor if you skip all the story moments and just enjoy the action, and reviews on Steam are very positive, hovering above 90%. Vampyr. As I always say about this game, at the beginning here you will suck a lot. Not blood, you just suck in general because you are a recently transformed vampire newbie. And you know the fate of such newborn vampires in all the movies. They easily die by the hand of every protagonist. So with time you will become more and more powerful, as you have to survive and fight vampire hunters, undead and other supernatural creatures. Use your powers to manipulate and delve into the lives of those around you to decide who will be your next victim. You will like this game if you are into darker settings and like difficult moral choices, because your food here has different personalities. You may want to kill only bad criminals and not an innocent father of 2 sick kids, and sometimes you just need to feed and kill him anyway. You may think that,
Hey, it's just a game, it doesn't matter.
but it's the same as with the dying pandas in Zoo Planet. They are not real, but the game still makes you feel like shit, so be sure that you like that kind of stuff. Red Dead Redemption 2. Welcome to America, 1899. Here you are an outlaw on the run. You and your gang will have to rob, steal and fight your way to survive. You will travel across a beautiful country and occasionally some people will ask for help, and you can just politely decline. Or not, it's up to you. The game itself feels like an interactive cinematic film. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a beautiful emotional roller coaster. The story will leave you wondering if there is a pill you can drink to forget it, so you could experience the game once again. And most importantly, your horse's testicles will shrink when it's cold.
Most importantly?
Yes, most importantly. Project Zomboid. The fact that this game is in early access from, wait for it, from 2013, so 10 years now, doesn't scare the crowd of giving it a very positive review score, with the recent 8,000 reviews being in an overwhelmingly positive range. So what is this phenomenal title? Well, to say simply, it's a zombie survival game, but to say that, it's just like scratching the surface of the whale balls with your nail. And I'm not sorry for putting this picture into your head. Also, now you're thinking,
Do whales actually have them?
I don't know, it's for you to Google, I guess, I'm not brave enough. So Project Zomboid is a sandbox and your goal is to survive as long as you can. So basically this is an enormous world full of opportunities to die horribly, in one way or another, sooner or later, but you know, you will. You can play the game alone or with friends, even 4-player split-screen co-op mode is available. That is for sure not a thing you may casually encounter, but you know what you will encounter casually here? Depression, boredom, hunger, thirst, illness, cold nights, electricity shortages, hordes of zombies, and winter. Winter is coming, and you don't have proper clothes.
But I have.
No, you don't. Give those to me. Death Stranding Director's Cut. After the collapse of civilization, you must journey across a ravaged landscape crawling with dangers to save mankind from the brink of extinction. Game is created by legendary Hideo Kojima, so brace yourself for some weirdness. The famous Danish actor Mads Mikkelsen and the Walking Dead hair model Norman Reedus gave their bodies and voices to the characters, so that alone is probably enough to catch your attention. Also, you can actually take a Dumpty Dump in there. Such nice details. Death Stranding is definitely not a standard game. It really differs from almost everything I have seen. Some salty guys call the game a walking simulator, but you know, in a walking simulator you can't die, and here death is on every corner. It's even in the name of the game. Death Stranding can be too stressful for more sensitive people, so keep in mind that this is not just a happy walk in the park. It's quite dark and gloomy, and it will really test your nerves. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This is probably the best fantasy open-world RPG ever created, and I doubt that I could find anyone who at least never heard of it. Well, at least inside the Western influence hemisphere, it's a true legend. On Steam it has more than 600,000 reviews, and 96% of these people recommend this game for you. And I don't know who are the 4% who didn't like the game. I scrolled for like 5 minutes through hundreds of reviews and failed to find any explaining why, although I finally found one. Dude said that he doesn't like developers anymore after after the flop of Cyberpunk 2077, which is honestly a good game by now, and that's why he gave a negative review for Witcher 3. That is not serious. And my friendship with Witcher Geralt started way before any of the games were released. I read the book when I was a teenager, and after many years I even got Andrzej Sapkowski to sign it for me when he was visiting Lithuania for some book fair or something. And we also spoke for like 20 seconds as well. Never washed my mouth in years after that. Anyway, the game has an incredible story, super fun gameplay, and a huge dark fantasy open world to explore. The coolest thing is, of course, your profession. You kill monsters for money, so you can just travel around the map and fulfill contracts ignoring the main story as long as you want or as long as you can get a new contract. And every single monster hunt is a handcrafted mission with different outcomes and sometimes hard moral choices. Third Witcher is probably the best game I have ever played. Choo-Choo Charles. Here you will navigate a massive play area in a cute little train, and your mission here is to kill and destroy another train, which is a bloodthirsty spider train named Charles. So Mr. Charlie is a very bad train. He misbehaves by eating people alive. He's very hungry train, and he won't stop until you stop him. With machine guns, rockets, and other weaponry. People on Steam are praising the game for having a great story, characters, concept, and design. It's a short game though, it will take about 3 hours to beat it, but those hours will be legendary. Game has a very positive review score, so don't hesitate. If you ever wanted to hunt for some killer spider train, it is your chance. The biggest downside of the game is that you can't romance other trains or Charlie himself. It would be great if the story took a turn towards breeding new Charlies, so you can cross that out of your bucket list yet, but who knows what next patch will bring us. Dragon Age Inquisition. While we wait for the next part of Dragon Age to be released, let's take a look what the last game in the series had to offer. Let's start with the fact that it wasn't completely oriented to the fans of the Dragon Age franchise and tried to be appealing to a wider audience. That they definitely achieved. Me and my wife, we played the game and we liked it. It was our first experience in the world of Dragon Age and we had tons of fun. My wife even completed it twice. The game was designed to be played using a pause function, but I can't remember ever doing that. I played it in real time all the time and I had fun. Maybe on some boss I pre-planned some moves, but that was about it. It is definitely not a game for a hardcore Dungeons & Dragons fan, more like a nice fantasy title for the masses. It is beautiful, has a nice story, and you can own a castle. In my opinion, 8 cold beers out of 10. Just be careful, with it you must install EA Launcher. That is never cool. Don't Starve. Here you play as Wilson, a gentleman scientist who has been trapped by a demon and transported to a mysterious wilderness world. You must learn to exploit this environment and its inhabitants if you ever hope to escape and find your way back home. Although be warned, you will not be given any instructions. No help, no hand holding, no penis holding. Here you will start with nothing. Craft, hunt, research, farm, and fight to survive. The game is really challenging, but it is also one of the best games for survival fans. People on Steam are saying that taking this game for this price is a steal, and 96% of positive reviews can confirm that without a doubt. Fallout 4. Here you can play from first or third-person perspective. You can take items that lie around and roam across a big open world in search of adventure, absolutely ignoring the main quest and story. So basically it evokes, at least for me it did, the same feeling of freedom and exploration as the Elder Scrolls games. The main difference, of course, is the setting. Fallout 4 is a post-apocalyptic sci-fi game. It's filled with mutants and creepy facilities to explore. You can also join various factions, and that will immensely influence the outcome of the story. Sadly, they don't have a potato salad faction you could join. That is a shame. The game, along with the third Fallout game, has only one really annoying feature. In both cases, I finished the game thinking that I have like 10 or more hours of gameplay left, and it ended absolutely unexpectedly and way too fast. So if you decide to play Fallout 4, keep that in mind. Roam around, do some side quests, do not rush the story. All 3 games, I mean third Fallout, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 4 are great games. You have all my recommendations. Monster Hunter World. He'll take on the role of a hunter and slay ferocious monsters in a living ecosystem, where you can use the landscape and its diverse inhabitants to get the upper hand. You can hunt alone or in co-op with up to 3 other players, and use materials collected from fallen foes to craft new gear. There are 14 different weapons at your disposal, each with its own unique characteristics and styles of attack. Many hunters acquire proficiency in multiple types, while others prefer to attain mastery of one. Monster Hunter World has 87% of positive reviews on Steam, left by more than 200,000 players. Incredible achievement. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition. This version with upgraded graphics was released 7 years ago, and it still has about 25,000 players in game simultaneously at all times. By player count on Steam it holds 46th place among all the games. That shows how huge and popular this game is. There is no doubt that Skyrim is a masterpiece of open world games, and in my opinion it was decrowned from the throne of the best game in the field only by the third Witcher. By now it is of course a bit outdated, but it still lets you dive into a huge fantasy world and explore incredible places. Skyrim is single player only. There is no bullshit of other players invading your game like in Elden Ring, no other gamers walking around like in Diablo 4 when you just try to accomplish single player campaign. Here you are alone, and everything is done for your personal pleasure. You can become a warrior, mage, assassin or drug addict. You know, it's up to you. Skyrim is like a great book where you are the main protagonist. Superhero to be fair, but the lore is super deep. Stories, especially for guild quests, are great, and if you never played it, just do it. Slime Rancher 2. It seems that the second part of Slime Rancher is just as a hit as the first one, and more than 90% of positive reviews won't let me lie. Here you'll continue the adventures as you journey to Rainbow Island, a mysterious land brimming with ancient technology, unknown natural resources, and an avalanche of wiggling, jiggling new slimes to discover. As you attempt to unravel the island's secrets and uncover its true purpose, you will build, ranch, and farm within a beautiful conservatory, whose sparkling glass walls give you a full view of the prismatic paradise you now call home. So collect slimes never seen before on the far range. You know, like the bouncy cotton slime, or the aquatic angler slime, or a potato salad slime. Well, no, that even sounds wrong. No slime on my potato salad, please. Hogwarts Legacy. I had a lot of fun playing this game, although I bought it with the idea of playing it a bit, making a review to my channel and forgetting about it. Well, turns have tabled while I played it. It was so much fun to explore the land and meet various characters, I refused to convert it into a job. So I just played the game for my own pleasure and completely skipped it on my channel. All in all, Hogwarts Legacy was one of the few games that actually survived the hype train and never crashed anywhere. The game has above 90% of positive reviews on Steam, and I would give the game 10 cold beers out of 10 without much thinking. The world is very detailed, quests are handcrafted and fun, magic truly feels like magic, and the world is really open, although the map is shaped like a bow, very narrow and long. But that's maybe a thing of a lore. I don't know, I have never read the books, only seen the movies. Only thing that actually spoiled the game a bit was how soon I got the ability to fly. That absolutely crashed the exploration on foot part. Flying in Hogwarts is awesome, but I would have given this ability way later in the game. The variety of enemies also could be wider, but hey, it's a great game, you have all my recommendations. Elden Ring. Open world where you will be doing a lot of slashing, bashing and rolling around. Game is Souls-like, if I can say that about almost a sequel to the actual Dark Souls, and themed around dark fantasy. It has the ability for you to create your own custom characters instead of playing a fixed protagonist. So you can create a character that you may want to immersively merge in with, or a character that you wish to be, or to bang. Honestly, I don't like Dark Souls because I suck as a gamer, but I bought the Elden Ring and I played for hours and hours. I died a lot, and the amount of deaths finally filled my cup of patience and I abandoned it. Now I'm really thinking that I must go back and show all these creepy creatures who the real boss is. Probably not me, but I will try to perform an exorcism session on my noobness, just as my long-dead grandmother usually yelled at me. I will not translate that. Also, if you like me suck at these difficult games, keep in mind that on PC version you can download some mods that can adjust the difficulty to your needs. Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero. Although I am a fan of Jacques-Yves Cousteau, Subnautica always looked more like a Little Mermaid to me. You know, a very colorful world filled with shiny bright corals and fishes seemed like a game for kids and not for an old grumpy dude like me. But you know, as a YouTuber I have to try a lot of games, at least a little, so I could have a perspective, so I installed the game and I love it now. It's addictive and it's really hard to stop playing. You know, they should put a label on it or something warning people that before and after the playtime, in that time years could pass without a trace. When you finally finish playing, you go to the bathroom to take a biggie for the first time in like 20 years, and you are suddenly this guy.
Place where you're supposed to have the toilet paper, you got this little shelf with 3 seashells on it.
He doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells.
So yeah, that's what Subnautica can do to you. And Below Zero is Subnautica too, but you don't have to play the first part to understand everything. For example, I would start from the first part, but just because I could have more of it to play. But hey, it doesn't really matter. And now, thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.